I'm Hollie Cost. I'm the mayor of the city of Montevallo, and I'm a professor of special education at the University of Montevallo.
I'm Deverick Williams. I'm a council member with the Gadsden City Council.
This was something that we never could have possibly prepared for. And so this has challenged me because it is contrary to anything I've ever done. Our whole purpose is gathering and bringing people together and engaging people over these issues and being fully connected. And so now it's challenged us to find ways of being connected when we are physically apart. So I love a good challenge, but I wish the challenge did not come at the risk of lives. So what I've had to do is really look at the science behind the information out there and try to make the best decisions that I can for the community. But what we're also facing is that there's some resistance, there's some questions, and there's just a lot of confusion. So it's been a bit challenging, but for the most part, I feel like our community has embraced the change.
So for me, I mean, these are indeed unprecedented times, and people in general are just apprehensive and fearful about what lies ahead, and and they really don't know how to adjust. So, but adjust is exactly what we're having to do. From a municipal perspective, we've had to adjust our focus towards essential activities and essential services. Our financial lens has had to be adjusted to account for lost revenues and spending in ways that we really haven't done historically.
Well, the really interesting challenge that we're facing right now is while we're looking at the health aspect of it, we have to look at the economic challenges. And so it's not often that you have these two together so integrally interwoven. And so we have all of our different departments from day one. We put a hiring freeze as soon as we understood kind of the impact. We put a hiring freeze in all the departments, and we've had a few resignations since then. So we're a little short-handed, but we're definitely making up the shortfall then. We're closely looking at our income tax revenue because that's our greatest source of revenue. I've been asked to serve on a state level committee with the League of Municipalities to look at the stimulus funds that are being sent through toward us. So we're looking at things very closely. What we're seeing in small town Alabama is that our sales tax revenue has not dramatically decreased because we've seen a dramatic increase in our grocery sales. So while this is great, this is wonderful for the grocery stores, we still see that our small businesses are suffering. And so we're not going to celebrate just because our revenues may not have decreased, because we know there are people out there who are really being damaged, and the small businesses depend every day on this revenue.
Every elected official, including the two that you have here, are, at least the ones that are smart, are understanding and knowing that that every bit of strategic action that we take in these times has to be driven and should be driven by data and science. I'm sorry. And so as we're doing that, and as we're walking through those steps, we know that this is first a health crisis for sure. But we also understand that we have a fiduciary responsibility as civic leaders. So we also, after addressing the very serious health implications, we also have to take a look at how we can bring us back to normal and do it responsibly.
What I think was one of the most heartbreaking interactions that I had when this first started was when I went down to the senior center and I was speaking to the ladies that run the center, and there were two women that were there. Most of our residents had already discontinued coming, and I came in and they said, "So you're shutting us down?" And I said, "It's only temporary." And they said, "Well, this is all I do. This is my interaction. This is the only, this is the only time I get to be around people." And so that was really heartbreaking. But our staff members, they do call the individuals every day. They call each and every senior every single day and check on them, because otherwise they may not be checked on. So that's critical to me, to make sure that our seniors are really being cared for. So I've even called a couple of them myself, and they seemed appreciative, and they said they're doing well. So that was nice. You asked the question about how else can we stay connected and provide services. Well, our library director and that staff there is just fantastic. I have to brag on my people. But from the very beginning, they started putting together these bags, these kind of goodie bags with books in them that no longer needed to be in circulation, with activities and academic supports. And they put these together in safe ways that they could distribute and that folks could drive through and pick up. They also put together baggies like this to send to the seniors with materials that might be interesting to them. And so then those got to be sent on the class tran bus that took the meals to their homes every day. So those were just different ways that we were able to reach out. And what's been exciting and heartwarming to me throughout this whole process is that it just happened. That we spend so much time planning and thinking, what are we going to do and how are we going to do this? And it takes forever before we initiate this. We didn't have that luxury. The lights went out one day and we had to just keep on rolling. And that is how we do things around here. So I've been really impressed with what we've seen across the state and with my colleagues, and just with the collaboration and the interaction and how people are working together. And I think that's a testament to how things should be done and to how we do stay together in Alabama. I mean, we're better, we're stronger together. We definitely have our differences, but when the rubber meets the road and we need each other, we are here for each other. And that is why this is my home, and I don't ever want to be lost.